Hey, what is going on, Twintendo Nation? Hope you're having an awesome day. As you guys know, I'm super excited for Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's all I'm pretty much covering at the moment, and I'm kind of catching up to quite a bit of news that's come out the last few days. Whilst I have covered the new features that are coming to Animal Crossing New Horizons in my top 10 new features video, there are a few new things as well to mention in this. They're more of like returning features and confirmation for certain things. So in this video I will be mentioning 10 things you need to know about Animal Crossing New Horizons, and some of that is going to overlap with the top 10 new features video I made. I'm going to pick the most important ones from that, not really like my personal choice, my personal preference of those features, but the ones that are most important, and also the kind of new features as well. I just feel like it's better for those who haven't seen the top 10 new features video. It just makes sense to compile them into the 10 most important things about Animal Crossing New Horizons. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, a like is super appreciated, and if you want to stay up to date with everything Animal Crossing, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below to become a part of the Twintendo Nation. Also, let me know in the comments below which thing you are looking forward to the most about Animal Crossing New Horizons, and let me know what you'd like to see confirmed in future updates. Without further ado guys, let's start off with the first thing you need to know about Animal Crossing New Horizons, and this is that KK Slider, the lovable musical genius, is back, and apparently there are new ways to listen to his music. So a lot of this information comes from an interview with GameCult with the Animal Crossing New Horizons developers, and one of the questions asked to them was about KK Slider's music coming to Spotify. They couldn't really talk about that too much because it's probably not their kind of business to sort that out. But they did say that KK Slider can still be found in concert every Saturday in New Horizons. So that's a typical thing if you don't know about Animal Crossing. KK Slider will always perform a concert at Saturday night. Normally it's in the cafe of the museum. That's what it was in Wild World. And in New Leaf, he was in the town area. He was a DJ basically in New Leaf, which was kind of interesting. A bizarre change from acoustic singer to DJ with all this electronic music. But basically, it was really fun to just get a group of your friends and go out to either like a little rave, I guess, with a DJ, or just like a really chilled concert kind of vibe. I don't know. So KK Slider is definitely returning, and they also said there are new ways to listen to his music. Which I'm assuming it might be the radio we've seen in the reveal trailer. So when the villager is on the beach, or the playable character, they have a portable radio outside, and it wouldn't surprise me if you can listen to that and maybe change frequencies, and there'd be different KK Slider songs on different channels. I think that'd be very interesting, instead of just a one KK Slider song playing over and over how it normally does. When you have a music player in Animal Crossing, you just select one of the songs. So that is very, very cool. Next up at number 2 is something that will please most Animal Crossing fans who have Amiibos, because Amiibo support has been confirmed for New Horizons. So this includes both Amiibo figures and the Animal Crossing Amiibo cards for New Leaf, which basically allowed you to, well, I say for New Leaf, they were also for Happy Home Design, and that was their main use, but you could use those cards to bring over your neighbors into Animal Crossing New Leaf, which was a very cool thing. It also kind of felt like playing God, so I was kind of not against it, but it also took the fun out of seeing one of your favourite neighbours move in randomly. But anyway, it says that obviously a lot of fans were hoping to hear about Amiibo functionality, and they said they weren't ready to share exactly how the compatibility will work with New Horizons. So it does sound like the Amiibo support will be different from Animal Crossing New Leaf and Happy Home Designer. So what they do at the moment, we don't know. It could be the exact same thing, bringing over villagers, but it sounds like it will be something very different. Next up is something that a lot of the eagle-eyed viewers saw in my trailer breakdown. I completely missed this, but villagers can now wear bags and backpacks, which I'm assuming increases your inventory size. I feel like this is going to be an upgrade. This is something you can craft. We've seen it in the crafting menu at the top. It's one of the categories. And actually the inventory itself, just without backpacks, from what we've seen in gameplay, is 4 bigger than Animal Crossing New Leaf. So the inventory is definitely bigger, but I'm assuming we can definitely increase it with bags and backpacks. And they just look cool, let's be honest. They look very, very cool. There's loads of different styles you can go for, and this is something very, very exciting. Also, keeping on the subject of inventory space, a lot more items auto-stack. This is something I actually mentioned in my top 10 hopes video for Animal Crossing I made like a month ago. I said I hoped a lot more items auto-stacked so your inventory didn't get filled out so quickly. And it just makes more sense when you want to sort through things in your your wardrobes and closets, your storage space basically, in your house. It was just always a nightmare to find what you wanted. So the fact that a lot of things stack I think there's a very good improvement. Going on to number 4, we can see that new villages start with a tent as well, just like us. So when you move into the island on Animal Crossing New Horizons, it'll be you, Tom Nook obviously, and 2 other villages, which is quite drastically lower than Animal Crossing New Leaf. And they start in tents, they have to pay off their debt just like you. So normally when you move into an Animal Crossing town, and normally when any villager moves in, regardless of when you moved in, they will move into a nice little cozy house. They never upgrade their house like we do, but they're at least in a nice looking house. But in this one, we all start from scratch, which does make me think, can these villagers increase their house size as well? Like similar to us, can they have massive houses? I don't think there'd be any point to them, since normally like one room kind of shows off a villager's personality. But who knows? You never know. There could be new things for Animal Crossing. And also, sticking with villagers, you can actually choose where they move into now. So you get to pick where they move onto your island. I'm assuming it is kind of our island. I know Tom Nook kind of owns it as well, but we basically get to choose where villagers move into, which is brilliant for us when we're planning, you know, where we want things to be. We can have them in a nice, like, tight-knit community, like all the houses together, or we can spread them out. It's honestly up to us where villagers live, and I think that's a fantastic inclusion. Coming in at the halfway point, we can see in the Animal Crossing New Horizons reveal trailer that we can now decorate our doors, and this is something brand new. Normally you could actually change the style of your door in Animal Crossing New Leaf. If you go to Main Street and you go to the Happy Home Showcase, you could buy different styles. It's just a nice little customization thing, but this is completely new. You can actually put something on your door like a Christmas wreath and just all sorts of other things. It looks really nice. It's kind of a little feature, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more outdoor customization for our houses. And we also see inside the house, you can now see that windows can be customized as well. They look quite different on the inside. Quite a nice little feature. Normally they just kind of look like bland generic windows, but in this footage here we can see that the window looks very different to what we normally see in Animal Crossing, and this was something added in Happy Home Designer, I believe. So this kind of follows on, and that's a really good inclusion. And finally, about decorating and all that stuff, you can actually better place furniture. So it's on half tiles, which basically means you can move your furniture in more accurately, and you can also place stuff outside without it getting like pushed away. So normally in Animal Crossing New Leaf, you couldn't place down public work projects or houses or anything like that if it was like a few tiles from the river. But now it looks like from the footage, it doesn't really matter. We can see the bucket very close to the river. We can see the gnome really close up to the tree. We can also see the tap on the right hand side of this house really close to it. So it looks like there is a lot more freedom with placing furniture and decorations, and that is absolutely brilliant. Next up is the inclusion of fishing bait. This is something brand new we'd never seen in Animal Crossing. So in the Animal Crossing New Horizons Nintendo Treehouse gameplay, at the end of it they dug up a clam on the beach, and it said that this manila clam could be used for fishing bait. Now I am unsure what fishing bait does. I'm not sure if you need, you know, you have to have any kind of bait to catch any fish in this game. Normally with Animal Crossing, you have a fishing rod, you just throw it into the river or the sea or the pond, and you could just catch a fish. In this case, do we actually have to put something on our fishing rod to catch anything? Or is it something that attracts more fish? I don't know. It sounds like it's something that we need to just catch any fish. So that's kind of interesting. It definitely puts a lot more work into fishing. It's not as haphazard as just chucking your rod into the river. It's a lot more thought than that. So that's what a new inclusion is. I definitely don't know enough about it, but we'll obviously make videos on it when I find a bit more information about fishing bait. After that is one of my favorite things. I mentioned this in my top 10 new features. This was my number 1. Local multiplayer. In the Game Cult interview, the producer said that they've been trying to add local multiplayer since the N64 days, and obviously that never really happened. It's taken a long time for this to actually happen, and you can play with up to 4 players local. The screen, as we've seen on the Nintendo Treehouse live gameplay, they did 2-player. And the screen kind of focused on the first player, and it's quite easy for the other player to run out of bounds and just get teleported back to him. So I'm not sure how 4-player is going to work because there isn't much space to work with. But still, local multiplayer, it's a brand new feature. It's something I'm super excited for. And for those who only have the one Switch, but you know, have a couple of people who want to play Animal Crossing and they don't mind playing together, here's the perfect thing. And I think this is a great inclusion. After that, this is one of my favourite new features as well. We can finally customise our character at the start of the game. Well, I say new features, you could do it on Happy Home Designer, but this is obviously a main series Animal Crossing game. And yeah, you can just customise your character from the start. Great things about this is that players can finally choose their skin tone. something that's been long overdue. And now hair and facial features are no longer gender locked, so you can pick any hairstyle you want, any facial features you want, it doesn't matter, you can pick them. It's so good to see Animal Crossing being very inclusive. And yeah, I think this is a fantastic change. For those who wanted a darker skin tone, they don't have to like tan in the sun for about 5 hours, which is honestly one of the stupidest things. If the fact that we've never had this, and you know, finally 2019 is better late than never, but thankfully, you know, you can customize your character to your heart's content. After that is a new thing that I didn't even know about until I just read the interview, and you can actually pick Hemisphere Settings. So if you live in Australia, obviously like the default for Animal Crossing is Northern Hemisphere, so when it comes to winter, you know, you're gonna see a lot of snow in your Animal Crossing town. But if you choose your hemisphere settings to like the Southern Hemisphere, when it's winter, you know, like December time, it won't be snowy. If you change it to Southern Hemisphere, it will be very sunny. And I feel like a lot of players might abuse this when it's really cold and they just really don't want to play in the winter on Animal Crossing. They just want to play in the summer and get some rare fish. I feel like you will be able to change this in the settings. Maybe that's to counter time travel, but who knows, because we still don't know if time travel is back in the game. But I think that's a really cool change, because I feel like probably a lot of Australians playing Animal Crossing were like, it's so hot outside, yet there's so much snow in my Animal Crossing game, and it's just a bit weird. So yeah, I think that's a really good inclusion. I would have never thought about that. And finally, our number 10 thing you need to know about Animal Crossing New Horizons is there is a camera or a photo mode. This is something I've been wanting for a long time, especially after seeing games like Super Smash Bros, obviously Mario Odyssey, and even Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I've been playing that again recently, and I completely forgot there was a camera mode in it, and it's really cool. And it's kind of simple, this one in Animal Crossing. You can zoom in, you can add filters. I'm not sure if there's going to be anything else, but it looks pretty cool, and it's something that will be nice that when we're kind of online and just hanging out with friends, we can take pictures, have a bit of, you know, a few memories, because the photo mode we had in City Folk was absolutely terrible. It basically took a screenshot of the entire thing, and that included like the menu bar at the bottom. It just didn't look good. So this is a proper photo mode, and I honestly just cannot wait for Animal Crossing New Horizons. Definitely want to see more gameplay, because there are a few things that I'm a bit on the fence with. Crafting is something that's very weird, but I'll be making a video on that soon. I'm going to get into a bit more detail about that, because there's quite a few little things to talk about with that. But guys, those are the 10 things you need to know about Animal Crossing New Horizons. If you learned anything new or just enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with everything Animal Crossing New Horizons, and of course Pokemon Sword and Shield, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you on the next video. Peace!